Hey there, it's hey there, it's me, Nicholas. Sorry about that. My voice did this weird cracking thing that I'm not sure about. Anyways, hi. My name's Nick. If you're new to the channel, I'm an artist. I do like graphic design, illustration, all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I thought I'd make a video about what I've been up to, what I haven't been up to. I had another video in the works like a few months ago where I was going through my process of making a painting for a show, but that kind of fell through, and I'll explain why. So early last year, I was part of this art show that I was really pumped about. I thought I did this really cool painting, which I'll try and show on screen now. And, you know, I was really pumped. Went to the opening show, and it's just, if you've ever done one, sometimes your expectations really, it's a womp womp kind of moment where it did not go how you thought it would. And after that, I had another exhibition that really brought me down. There's basically like 19 awards for this art exhibition, and I was really hyped. I thought my work was really, really good, and it's like, surely I won one of these 19 awards. And it got to like second place, and I was like, oh man, I think I won this thing. I was really, really pumped, and come to find out, you know, I didn't win anything. It really was a big gut punch. I'll be honest, I was really let down. It's not something I was expecting, and I have not had a lot of success lately with my art, or at least up at that time. Yeah, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just like, you know, I live in a smaller city, so there's not like a ton of art talent here. So I thought surely out of I want to say there's like 50 plus people at that art exhibition, that I would have won something. Because you can tell when somebody has a really strong working knowledge. And I'll show you the two paintings. You know, you tell me if I'm out of line to think that these are really good paintings. They're here up on screen. What, you know, leave a comment. Do you think I'm out of line to think I deserve to win something out of like 19 awards? The person who ran the competition said that the judge was really impressed with my artwork, but she just didn't get it. And, you know, it really upset me. It really ticked me off. I really could have used a win, some sort of win, some validation, because I had not really gotten a lot of validation lately up until that point. And so it really bummed me out. I joked with my wife that if I didn't win anything, I'd punch my hand through the canvas and just break it through in front of everybody. But that's a little over dramatic and silly, and I'm kind of silly and cynical like that a lot of times, which is something I need to work on. But yeah, I was really bummed out. So I was brainstorming, what do I do next? I hadn't sold a painting or a piece of artwork in a long time. And, you know, I get it. My artwork doesn't necessarily have a lot of hang on the wall appeal. It's pretty out there. I mean, I think the design and color and execution is good, but I could understand why people would not want to have this on their walls. I think there's an aspect of the demographic of the city that I live in. It's this smaller East Coast Florida town that isn't very art-centric, you know. I've considered moving. Maybe I should move to South Florida, because they're a lot more open to out there artwork. And I've considered it, and the food's really good down there. And my wife is half Colombian, and I do love Colombian food and Cuban food, and so I'd definitely be in a food coma down there. But yeah, so after those disappointments, I was kind of just like trying to figure myself out, like, what do I want to do next? And at the time I thought, I want to make comics. I've always wanted to do comics, or at least I thought I wanted to do comics. And I kind of went through this year of not making comics. I was coming up with ideas. I might have started to make comics and write like scripts and characters. And it's not like I didn't make any progress, but it was slow going. And let me tell you, making comics is not for everybody. I might do it. I might come back to it again someday, but it's just because I have three young kids and responsibilities, a full-time job. It's just one of those things I don't think I can put in the manpower to make that happen right now in my life. Artwork is making paintings or drawings is something that I think is more feasible in the evenings when I've got time to myself. So it kind of took me a while to make that decision. I guess about a year. And now I'm kind of back at making art again. I've got all my artwork at this restaurant called Pizza Gallery in Viera, Florida. And if you're in that area, be sure to check it out. I've got tons of art. Most of my artwork is there right now. Shout out to Jamie. I think his art brand is Petal and Bone. He's the one who curates that the artwork at that restaurant. And yeah, you can have pizza and look at art. It's pretty cool. So I've got all my artwork there, and I'm looking to get back into the swing of making artwork. So that's kind of in a nutshell where I've been a little bit down about my artwork, because when you're wanting to become an artist, you're thinking, man, I want to make what I want to make. And unfortunately, not everybody likes your art. A lot of people might not get it, like that judge. And you have to decide whether what feels like selling out, which I don't think you're selling out if you're making things that you think will sell. That's probably the wise thing to do. But, I don't want to do that. I think there's plenty of people out there who can enjoy my art and can enjoy your art. Because there's all types. And so I'm gonna start putting my videos out again so I can share my artwork and process with YouTube, with the internet again. And yeah, I hope you're excited for me to be back if you were already subscribed. And if you're new and this is first time watching and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I'm happy to have you. And I love, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, to the best of my ability if I have time for it. And when the channel's small, I've got more time for it. So definitely ask away. So what are we doing here? Well, I am finishing this sketchbook. It's a moleskine, which I have plenty of videos with moleskine sketchbooks. So you should check out some of those other ones. This is the last page, and I thought, why not do a painting instead of an ink drawing or something like that? And so I'm using the arrtx brand acrylic markers and posca pens, and I'm making this interdimensional being that I call a watcher. Unintentionally, I called them watchers, and then found out in biblical texts and the apocryphal text, the book of Enoch, that there's these there's this class of angels called watchers, and like a ton of them fell to earth with Lucifer. There's some remaining in heaven, and I thought it would be cool to make these visual representations of what these ethereal cosmic beings look like. And that's kind of how the Watchers were born. And I've been making tons of these for at least 6 years. I think more. I want to say more. So there's tons of them. If you go to nicholasroberts.art, I've got a lot of those on my website, on my Instagram, @nicholasrobertsart. You can check that out. And I've also got some other YouTube videos on here that feature the Watchers. So yeah, I'm making a final painting for my sketchbook, and I plan to do a new sketchbook tour, hopefully in the next couple weeks. And I will say, don't miss it, because this sketchbook is... I really love how this sketchbook turned out. I have tons of really cool drawings in there, if I do say so myself. And I think you don't want to miss it. I think it's a really cool look into the mind of an artist. And if you want to be inspired, hopefully I can inspire you. So be sure to subscribe for that as well if you're interested in seeing the rest of the sketchbook. And yeah, I've got a kind of a new camera setup that I hope to film more of my in-progress sketching and drawing. I hope to record that stuff more often and share with you. I guess the one last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is, like I alluded to earlier, I'm a little bit of a cynical person. It's kind of God's sense of humor to make a very cynical person really geared towards making artwork and being in the creative field, because I can be very negative about things, and I don't share that on this channel. I've considered sharing that on my channel, kind of talking about the current state of contemporary art, because I've got a whole bunch of opinions on contemporary art. But I don't know, maybe I should. Maybe it would be refreshing for others to hear a different point of view than most artists. At least that's what I think. Maybe there's a lot more people that can relate than not. So, maybe it's the subject for another time. Oh, what to talk about now? I will say, maybe I should just be a channel where I don't say anything and I just play music and you can watch me make art, because I am not much of a talker. I've hit the record button so many times because I'm tired, man. And when I'm tired, I start to stumble over my words. But yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. It'll be easy. That would be easier. But I also like talking to y'all, kind of expressing myself. But let's talk about something heavy. Do you believe in God? I've been thinking about that subject a lot lately. I've always thought a lot about that subject. And I will say that, yes, I do. I believe there is a God. It's kind of hard to me to believe that this all just came from nothing when things seem so well organized and designed. But maybe I'm a fool. But that's okay. I'll accept if you call me a fool. But I do think there's a God. But yeah, leave a comment if you believe there's a God. I kind of don't feel like, okay, well, this, I'm running out of video footage, so I got to end this conversation. We'll talk about it some other time. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.
Hey, it's me, Ratchet Ready, quick in the world, guys, there's flooding a neighbor, curb in the tipper.